Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Nick from the Stack LA, and welcome to the first episode of Threads. Today we're covering the Air Jordan 4 Cactus Jacks. We're going to be going over the roots, and I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown on how I feel about this sneaker. So Nike first brought on Travis Scott in March 2017. Nike really made Travis Scott the main image for the Vapor Max campaign. Doing so, this was during the time period that Adidas was pretty much dominating the market. Adidas was constantly releasing NMDs, multiple colorways of those. Yeezys were the most talked about shoes. So, bringing in another rapper into the Nike campaign was a huge move, and a huge move to kind of bring them back into the game. The first pair of sneakers that Travis Scott and Nike first released was a rework of the Air Force Ones. The Air Force Ones released in December, and those sold out almost instantly. But to be honest, when those first released, they weren't as hyped up as people were expecting them to be. The resale was barely above retail, but all of a sudden you started seeing a gradual climb, and these went from a $250 resale value all the way to $500, and nowadays it's so hard to find a pair. So after the Air Force One release, we knew that Travis Scott and Nike were going to continue their collaborative works. We started seeing leaked images of the Air Jordan Cactus Jacks around March time. We saw them a lot by celebrities, and the first time they were actually seen was by PJ Tucker, and it was in a Houston Rockets game, and at the same game, Travis Scott was there wearing the same pair of sneakers. Hitting the roots of the shoe, the primary color takes inspiration from the once NFL team, the Houston Oilers, who took the field in this signature blue that's heavily seen around the sneaker. Travis is heavily affiliated with his hometown of Houston, so the color choice pays respect to a lot of his upbringing. So unlike a pair of regular Air Jordan 4s, this sneaker does have a lot of characteristics in its own. On the back, on the left sneaker, you can see the Cactus Jack branding. So the Cactus Jack is a representation of Travis Scott's moniker. He does go by this. It is one of his nicknames. And it's also the name of his record label company. Another distinction that sets this pair apart is inside the tongue, where there's usually some more Jordan branding. It's replaced by a patch that reads Travis Scott. So now that we've touched base on the colorway of the sneaker and the roots of the sneaker, I really want to give my opinion on how I feel about this shoe. So a little bit of background, I'm a huge Travis Scott fan, so if he put out the ugliest pair of sneakers, I would probably still argue and say that they're the best sneakers in the world. But to be completely honest, I love this pair. I think it's one of the best releases this year. As a huge sneakerhead, you always want your sneakers to be the focal point of your outfit, and having this vibrant blue definitely makes it so much easier to steal the spotlight. So I'm by no means a sneaker expert. I'm just a big sneaker enthusiast, so take this part with a grain of salt. But right when the sneaker released, or right before the sneaker released, resale value was sitting at around $550 easily. But as we got closer to the launch day, we all of a sudden saw prices dip, and they just continued dipping. And then when the release date finally happened, prices dipped all the way down to barely under $300. And with the sneaker that's already retailed at $225, it was pretty shocking to me to see a sneaker of this uniqueness be so low. Right now, the sneaker resale market for this pair is sitting at around $300 for most sizes, but I definitely expect the sneaker to go back up gradually over time. I think that the sneaker has a lot of unique values to it, with the colorway being, this vibrant blue. So the uniqueness, I definitely think that this sneaker is going to rise in price gradually over time. Thanks for tuning into this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe, and if you have any suggestions on what sneaker we should break down next, make sure you leave a comment below. Peace.